こんばんは。リラックスしながらお聞きください。英語で国内ニュースから今日の主なニュースをお届けします。
Actress Tamao Nakamura passed away on June 9th at the age of 86 due to pneumonia. She had a long and successful career in movies and TV dramas. Nakamura was also well known and loved for her appearances in variety shows, making her a familiar face to many audiences.
Unstable atmospheric conditions in northern and eastern Japan are causing heavy rain in Kanto. Rain clouds are developing rapidly. The Japan Meteorological Agency warns of potential flooding in low areas and sudden river swells. Residents should also be cautious of lightning and possible tornadoes.
Near JR Niigata Station, a man sustained minor arm injuries after reportedly being slashed by a suspect with a knife. The assailant, described as a sturdy man in his 40s, about 180 centimeters tall, wearing a black hat and black clothes, fled the scene. Police are currently searching for the suspect.
Yuto Saito, 27, was arrested on the 12th for obstructing business. He admitted to spraying a substance at a Nagoya Commercial Facilities Game Center on June 8th. This incident caused chaos, leading to 8 people being hospitalized with eye and throat irritation and coughing.
The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism issued its first guidelines on the 12th to reduce women's restroom queues. It recommends more women's toilets than men's in facilities with similar user numbers, aiming for equal waiting times. A survey confirmed fewer women's toilets. Users are also encouraged to limit activities like makeup in stalls.
A 6-year-old boy drowned in a river in Iwata City on May 26th while at an after-school day service. Staff members lost sight of the boy during outdoor activities. Police are now investigating the incident, including potential professional negligence. The facility has suspended its operations.
Japan's H-3 rocket, Unit 6, was successfully launched on the morning of the 12th from Tanegashima Space Center. It successfully placed 6 small satellites into orbit as planned. This launch marks a significant comeback for Japan's main rocket, following a launch failure last year.
Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers hit his 13th home run, recording 2 hits and 1 RBI against the Pirates, contributing to the team's victory. However, Ohtani was substituted in the 7th inning due to inflammation in his left knee, despite a scoring opportunity.
Former youth baseball coach Ryo Yamagishi, 23, is on trial for coercing a former male student into indecent acts. He allegedly impersonated a girl online, exchanging obscene images, then used them to threaten the student. Yamagishi exploited his position. His phone reportedly contained videos of acts with at least 10 boys.
次は社会のニュースです。
Unstable weather in northern and eastern Japan is causing heavy rain in Kanto. Rain clouds are rapidly developing. The Japan Meteorological Agency warns of flooding in low-lying areas and sudden river swelling. Also be careful of lightning and tornadoes.
The government has approved a basic disaster prevention plan for a potential Tokyo inland earthquake, which could cause up to 18,000 deaths. The plan aims to cut fatalities by more than half in 10 years. It targets Tokyo and 3 prefectures, promoting the installation of earthquake-sensing circuit breakers.
The emperor hopes that measures to secure the number of imperial family members will receive public understanding. He emphasized the imperial family's role is to wish for public happiness. Parliament agreed on 2 proposals: female members keeping their status after marriage, and male descendants from former imperial families joining through adoption.
This morning, June 12th, police received a report of a man possibly stabbed near JR Niigata Station. Officers found an injured man at the scene. The incident, reported just after 11:20 a.m., is now under investigation as an assault case.
Education Minister Matsuo has urged schools to prioritize student safety following a series of bear sightings. He recommended schools not hesitate to close if danger is perceived. He also suggested considering online classes as an alternative learning method during such times.
Actress Tamao Nakamura, beloved for her long career in films, dramas, and variety shows, passed away on June 9th. She died from pneumonia at the age of 86. Born in 1939, she was the daughter of kabuki actor Nakamura Genjiro II.
The former president of Tokyo Women's Medical University has pleaded not guilty in the first court hearing for breach of trust. The former president is accused of causing over 280 million yen in damages to the university. They stated, "I did not commit any act of breach of trust."
A 27-year-old man was arrested in Nagoya, Aichi, for allegedly spraying a substance in a shopping mall. 23 people reported sore throats, and 8 were hospitalized. Security cameras showed the man spraying the substance 3 hours after playing a game. Police are investigating his motive and the substance.
A Taiwanese aircraft made an emergency landing at New Chitose Airport after emitting smoke. The incident occurred today, June 12th. Fortunately, there are no reports of any injuries among the passengers or crew members.
The Consumer White Paper, approved by the Cabinet today, June 12, reports a significant increase in SNS-related consumer troubles. Last year, consultations at consumer centers nationwide regarding such issues surpassed 100,000 for the first time ever.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Semiconductor giant Kioxia Holdings briefly became Japan's top-listed company on June 12th, with its market capitalization exceeding 44 trillion yen. It surpassed Toyota Motor, driven by strong demand for flash memory, a core product supporting AI operations. Kioxia announced starting shareholder dividends from 2027 and plans major capital investments over the next 3 years.
The Nikkei average temporarily rose over 2,800 yen on June 12th, reaching 67,000 yen for the first time in 5 days. This surge was fueled by hopes of easing Middle East tensions after President Trump announced canceling strikes on Iran. U.S. semiconductor stocks also rallied due to a report forecasting strong demand, boosting Tokyo's AI and semiconductor shares.
Chief Cabinet Secretary Kihara Minoru revealed his secretary, Motegi Tadashi, improperly stayed at a hotel with an acquaintance for a single person's fee while an economy ministry official. Motegi later paid the additional charges privately. Kihara stated the settlement was appropriate and would consider personnel action. The incidents occurred during business trips for the Osaka Kansai Expo.
A Japanese delegation, previously led by the late former Speaker Kono Yohei, has postponed its planned visit to Beijing from June 21 to 24. This decision followed China's communication that a meeting with President Xi Jinping's leadership would be difficult after Kono's death. The delegation intended to attend the China International Supply Chain Promotion Expo.
A survey across Japan, the US, Germany, and Sweden revealed that 39% of elderly Japanese wish to work for income, the highest among the 4 nations. This finding was included in Japan's 2026 White Paper on Aging Society, released on June 12. The main reason for wanting to work in Japan, the US, and Germany was to earn income.
The European Central Bank raised policy interest rates by 0.25% on June 11th, the first hike in 2 years and 9 months. This decision addresses inflation risks from surging energy prices due to the Middle East crisis. It marks the first rate hike by a major central bank since Middle East tensions intensified in February.
The government officially announced that Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae will visit Europe starting June 13th. She is scheduled to attend the G7 summit, which will be held in France. Chief Cabinet Secretary Kihara stated that during the G7 summit, Prime Minister Takaichi will focus on strengthening energy security.
Finance Minister Katayama stated that Bank of Japan Governor Ueda's hospitalization for an infectious disease will not affect next week's monetary policy meeting. Governor Ueda is expected to miss the meeting scheduled for June 15th and 16th due to his illness. The minister emphasized there would be no impact.
Black ink restructuring, where profitable major companies lay off employees, is increasing. About 70% of companies offering early retirement in 2025 were profitable. This trend aims to rejuvenate workforces. However, finding new employment is challenging. One 57-year-old, after 34 years at a profitable company, applied to nearly 100 places unsuccessfully.
A survey shows 37.1% of companies will increase summer bonuses in 2026, with an average payout of 477,000 yen. Overall, 85% of companies are issuing bonuses. Increases are mainly due to improved performance and talent retention. However, some reduced bonuses due to rising costs or Middle East uncertainty.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Japan captain Wataru Endo, 33, has withdrawn from the World Cup due to a left foot injury. He also announced his retirement from the national team. Technical director Masakuni Yamamoto tearfully explained Endo's departure. Keo Itakura, 29, is the new captain, and Shuto Makino, 26, has been added to the squad. Japan faces the Netherlands in 3 days.
Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers hit his 13th home run and recorded 2 hits and 1 RBI against the Pirates, contributing to his team's win. However, Ohtani was substituted in the 7th inning due to inflammation in his left knee. His condition is currently being monitored, and further details are expected soon.
The FIFA World Cup in North America has begun. Host Mexico defeated South Africa 2-0 in their opening group, a match in Mexico City. Quinones scored early, followed by Jimenez in the second half. In another Group A game, South Korea achieved a 2-1 comeback victory against the Czech Republic. Japan's first match is against the Netherlands on June 14th.
The World Cup opening match between Mexico and South Africa made history with 3 red cards, a first for an opening game. South Africa saw 2 players ejected in the second half. Mexico also had 1 player sent off in added time. Despite the disciplinary issues, Mexico secured a 2-0 victory in the eventful opener.
The World Cup opening match in Mexico City was a sellout, with 88,024 fans attending. Most of the spectators were local Mexican supporters. While the stadium was full, concerns have been raised regarding the high cost of tickets for the tournament. The atmosphere was lively despite these worries.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup features a record 48 participating teams. The tournament's first group stage consists of 12 groups, with 4 teams in each. This format ensures a comprehensive competition as teams battle for advancement. Updates on all group stage schedules and match results are being continuously provided.
Lionel Messi's practice session with Argentina in Kansas City drew a massive media presence with about 50 cameras. Messi, 38, is preparing for his record-tying 6th World Cup appearance. After a strong performance in a friendly against Iceland, Argentine media report, he is in top form and highly motivated for a 2nd consecutive World Cup title.
Seiya Suzuki of the Chicago Cubs hit his 10th home run of the season, a crucial go-ahead grand slam. His powerful hit helped the Cubs achieve a comeback victory against the Colorado Rockies. Suzuki's performance was key in securing the win for his team in the away game.
Shinosuke Ogasawara, a 28-year-old left-handed pitcher, is returning to Japanese baseball, joining the Yomiuri Giants. He previously played 9 seasons for the Chunichi Dragons before moving to the Nationals organization. Ogasawara's return, with a contract until 2027, aims to strengthen the Giants' pitching rotation as they pursue a league championship.
The Dina Baystars have signed pitcher Osvaldo Bido and outfielder Geraldo Encarnacion. Bido, a 30-year-old Dominican right-hander, debuted in MLB in 2023. Encarnacion, also from the Dominican Republic, is a powerful right-handed hitter with a strong minor league record. Dina, currently in 4th place, hopes these new additions will boost their struggling offense and pitching.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
U.S. President Trump has reversed his stance on further attacks on Iran. He stated that a final agreement with Iran could be signed within days after final adjustments are completed. Meanwhile, Iran claims the United States is changing its position during these final negotiations.
A U.S. news site reported on June 11th that a memorandum of understanding currently being negotiated between the United States and Iran includes provisions for the immediate opening of the Strait of Hormuz. It also specifies easing sanctions on Iran, depending on its compliance with the agreement.
South Korea's former president Yoon Suk-yeol was sentenced to 30 years in prison on June 12. A Seoul court found him guilty of ordering military drones over Pyongyang, North Korea. This was to create a pretext for martial law, violating public trust by using military force for private purposes.
Japan's government announced Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi will visit the UK and Italy from June 13-18. She will also attend the G7 summit in France. Key discussions will cover the Middle East, Ukraine support, and strengthening critical mineral supply chains. The Prime Minister plans to propose assistance for boosting Asia's oil reserves.
China's foreign ministry announced sanctions on June 11th against Philippine Defense Secretary Teodoro and his family, banning their entry. China claims Teodoro made erroneous remarks harming bilateral relations. Teodoro responded, vowing to defend his country. The Philippine Foreign Ministry called the sanctions an unfriendly act.
UK Defense Secretary Healey resigned, citing disagreements with Prime Minister Starmer on defense spending. This follows a major defeat for the ruling party in local elections, increasing pressure on Starmer. Healey's departure is seen as a significant blow to the government's administration.
Princess Bhadrakitiyaba, the eldest daughter of Thai King Maha Vajiralongkorn, passed away on June 11th at age 47. The Royal Household Bureau announced her death on June 12th. She had been hospitalized for over 3 years due to an abdominal infection, which caused her condition to worsen.
The European Central Bank decided to raise interest rates by 0.25%, the first hike in 2 years and 9 months. This action aims to control further price increases, particularly those stemming from rising energy costs influenced by the situation in Iran.
The FIFA World Cup North America tournament opened in Mexico City on June 11th. Outside the stadium, large protests against the event led to clashes between demonstrators and police. The opening was unusual, with cheers from inside the venue mixing with confrontations on the streets.
The U.S. government announced sanctions on June 11th against Cuba's state-owned oil company, CUPET. This freezes CUPET's U.S. assets and bans transactions by U.S. citizens. Cuba already faces fuel shortages, and these new sanctions are expected to worsen oil procurement, impacting citizens' daily lives.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Actress Tamao Nakamura passed away on June 9th at 86 due to pneumonia. Her agency announced it on June 12th. Nakamura was famous for her work in films and variety shows, including Sanma no Super Karakuri TV. She won the 11th Blue Ribbon Award for Best Supporting Actress in 1960 and married actor Shintaro Katsu in 1962.
Comedian Kazuyuki Sakuma, winner of the R1 Grand Prix, announced his marriage on his blog on June 12th. The 48-year-old married a non-celebrity woman. Sakuma expressed thanks to his fans and stated he would continue to create enjoyable content. He won the R1 Grand Prix in 2011.
JASRAC announced new guidelines on June 11th for AI-generated music. Works created entirely by AI for both lyrics and music will not be managed. However, if a human provides creative contribution using AI as a tool, copyright will apply. This clarifies copyright rules for AI-assisted creation.
Comedian Morakiyami, 37, from Amaso, announced the birth of her first child, a baby girl, on June 11th. She shared the news on MBS Radio, confirming mother and child are healthy and expressing great joy. Her comedy partner Kano also offered congratulations. Morakiyami had announced her pregnancy in January.
Former Fuji TV announcer Eureka Mita, 39, announced her second pregnancy on Instagram on June 11th. She is in the stable period, with the birth expected around autumn. Mita expressed joy for her growing family and appreciation for life. She welcomed her first child in March 2023 and then left Fuji TV.
The 28th Shanghai International Film Festival opened on June 12th. This year, no Japanese films are being screened and no Japanese judges were appointed. The Japanese Film Week event was also canceled. This absence of Japanese content is believed to be due to worsening Japan-China relations.
On June 11th, the Japan Writers Association elected author Shion Miura as its new chairperson. She succeeds Mariko Hayashi, who served for 6 years. Miura's term will be 2 years. Miura expressed her commitment to ensuring writers can freely express themselves and make a living for the next 100 years.
Hitomi Okada, known as Onendo Wanasan for her clay crafts, was appointed a one-day police chief at Takasaki Police Station in Gunma. She urged citizens to be vigilant against special fraud and other scams. Okada, originally from Gunma Prefecture, used her platform to raise awareness in her hometown.
Comedian Masayasu Wakabayashi of Audrey has been nominated for the 175th Naoki Prize for his first novel, Saiton. This youth story focuses on American football, a sport he played in high school. It is unusual for a non-professional writer's debut novel to be nominated for the Naoki Prize, typically for established authors.
The rock band Junkie Machine has canceled its live shows because their vocalist is currently unreachable. The band's official announcement stated that their vocalist is in police custody. Further details about the situation or the reason for the custody were not immediately available.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。